Hello everyone, welcome. Sterling White here, and today we will jump right into the advice every entrepreneur needs to hear. So the takeaway I wish for you to get from this is just really setting the expectation for the road that is ahead and just provide my personal experience share of what I've learned being in the industry and also what I have learned from others. And next steps, those of you who are on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. That way, moving forward, you can be informed of these absolute bombs and golden nuggets that are dropped. And those of you who are on other platforms, go ahead and leave that 5-star rating. It would mean the world, and also feedback, because constantly looking to improve and really provide you all the absolute value. So if you're just now coming across me, name is Sterling White, buy and hold investor in the multifamily side, buy and hold, where I go out and purchase income producing multifamily, and I do a syndication. So I'll go out to investors and they invest alongside myself and team as we acquire the deals, and in return we give them a return on their hard-earned dollars. So that's just a little context on myself, and the whole entrepreneur spirit came into existence for me at an early age, where just the upbringing I had was on Section 8 housing, welfare, food stamps, and I'm sure of government other assistance that had to figure out a way to earn money in a legal sense, because there was tons of illegal activity that was going on around me. And so all the things that I wanted at that time, I had to figure out a way to earn money. So first product was Kool-Aid, then second was Pokemon cards. So that's what came into the entrepreneur spirit for me. But in terms of just some lessons for those who are looking to get into the entrepreneurship, is that it starts with mindset. Myself, I'm a firm believer. You can look at the Bill Gates, the Tony Robbins that are out there, the Kevin Harts, the Elon Musk, the Steve Jobs, if I haven't already said that, is that the way they think about things and just their overall beliefs that they have. So really having the right mindset, because if you have limiting beliefs that say that I'm not enough to be able to start my own business, or who am I'm too young to start my own business, or I'm too old, or that I don't have the experience. Everyone starts at a certain point. They start where you started. If you're just getting started, someone didn't come out the womb knowing how to do computer programming or to be able to scale a business. So it's just knowing that starting with mindset and just having more empowering beliefs is what I learned. And it's just going out there and learning from those who are where you are. I'm a huge proponent on that. When I got started in the industry, I found a mentor, and that mentor really helped guide me along that process of where I was and where I wanted to go, and help bridge that gap, but also helped me have expanded my whole frame of thinking, because there's a different type of think out there. There's thinking small and there's thinking big. One of the it's just replicating those who are further ahead, the way they think about things, like money, for instance. That money is a way that instead of save money, that they invest and they use money to buy time, instead of that they rather exchange money to get themselves more of time, because they know that time is their most valuable asset. So those are just some type of beliefs to have, but starting with the mindset. There's in good books to go into this is the Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. The next one is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. The Magic of Believing. The Magic of Believing. Another one is Maverick Mindset by Doug Hall. Another one is Shoe Dog by Phil Knight. So I'm listing out all of these books that you can tap into, in essence, to further help with your mindset. Tremendous. That was an absolute game changer for myself when I really changed the trajectory of my life. Second is that you are the creator of your destiny. And what that means is you decide where you want to go. Of course, there's things out there that may be out of your control, but still, with what you have at your disposal in terms of your strengths and your weaknesses, is that no matter what, it's up to you. So myself is the environment I came from. I gave you all that story earlier, wasn't the best, but I was dealt lemons. So what I did was I decided to take those lemons and make them into lemonade and make myself out of something, versus becoming another statistic, which is what most people do in that environment. But I decided to take a different path, and I knew that in order for me to get to where I wanted to go, that I am the creator of my destiny. I'm the one that accepts full responsibility, and if something is not going the way I want it to go, that I can control that. So it's up to me to be able to get to where I want to go. So that's the second point, is that you all are the creator of your destiny. You decide where you want to go. The third point, which is a hard pill for most people to swallow, is that you are where you are due to all of the habits, the decisions, the choices that you've made. That's a hard pillow, not pillow. I don't know what a hard pillow to swallow. That would be a little difficult, but a hard pill for most to swallow. That, well, if you are not where you want to be, then that's good. In that sense that you can change your habits, your decisions, and what you do on a daily basis, and to get to where you want to go. And I'll give you all a prime example that in my early 20s, for instance, I was at a college party, doing what college kids do, having a good time, and I ended up drifting away from the crowd. And I'm out in the middle of this canoe or boat, whatever the difference is. Comment below, what is the difference between a boat and a canoe? I never know the difference. And I'm out in the middle of this pond, and this question comes down to me and says, Sterling, is this what you want to do with your life? And I answer back, no, this is not, because up until that point, I was just drifting into average land, just going about the flow of things and still figuring things out at that point in time. Still to this day, but have a lot more clarity on things. And then I knew that in order for me to change the trajectory of my life, I had to change and actually do a 180 of what I was doing. So that's exactly what I did, was cut off all my friends because they were not going where I wanted to go. Great people, but just wasn't a fit from that. Second was cut out the news. And third was I keyed in on mindset, which was the first point. Up until that, is I had the fixed mindset. I thought that after the education system, so elementary, middle school, high school, college, that was it in terms of just education. But no, it's a ongoing thing, and I actually started to enjoy it when I was doing the more self-improvement, getting empowering beliefs, listening to the Earl Nightingales, the Jim Rohns, the Tony Robbins, the Zig Ziglars, the Norman Vincent Peales, all of these, the Eric Thomases, the Les Browns, and getting that more empowering beliefs in, that I actually enjoy this because I'm leveling up and I'm getting better. So you are where you are due to you. So if you want to change where you are, you can actually do that. You may have to give up some things, or it's likely that, or it's actually 95%, 99.9% chance that you are actually going to have to do the opposite of what you're currently doing in order to get a different result, because that's the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. So if you actually want a different result, you got to do something different. So that's that. And the last is that it's not an easy road. So in terms of it, many other times it can be lonely, but through the course of that, it is worth it. And it's worth it because, one, you get to live life on your terms, that you don't have someone telling you, or you're not living for someone else's dreams. You're actually working on your own dreams, and you get to a point to where you have enough income coming in, you have your everything built in terms of a foundation that you can go and do with whatever you decide to do with whoever you want, when you want, at whatever time you want to do it, and not have to answer to someone, because you're the one that's been able to control your own destiny and take the road less traveled, and make something of yourself through the course of that, and build something that's of value to the marketplace, and the marketplace has paid you in return due to the value that you've brought. So I can attest that through this whole journey is that it has its ups and downs, but you do something that you enjoy. You don't have to work a day in your life. When I travel, is I work majority of the time, but it's not even working because it's something that I enjoy doing. So that's another thing for aspiring entrepreneurs that are coming up, is pick something that you would enjoy doing. And that way it doesn't even feel like working. And that's one thing I've learned from others that are even further ahead than I am, is they do something they enjoy doing and they work a lot, but it's not even work to them. It's just another day at the another day at the office. Of course, you have some days that you have to drag yourself in sometimes, but on the days you don't feel like it. But it's just a constant just putting in the work and making those sacrifices. Because I know there's a social media age where everyone sees the glamorous, the highlights of moments, but they don't see a lot of what's led up to that point in terms of the not so easy road to that big highlight that you see. So that's why I wanted to share with you all in terms of those points. The first one is just really starting with mindset. For those of you who are on the up and coming. Second is that you are the creator of your destiny. You have control with where you want to go, and just accepting full responsibility. And the third is that you are where you are due to all of the choices, the decisions, habits up until that point. So if you want to change something, that one, it goes back to you are the creator of your destiny, is to do things differently. You may have to take a complete 180. And lastly is the road is not easy, but I'll tell you, it is well worth it. So appreciate you all so much. You know the next steps. Everyone on the YouTube, to get notified on this content dropping forward, hit the notification bell as well as the subscribe button. And then for those of you who would personally like to speak with myself or someone on my team, we do strategy sessions, and that's something that you can be able to leverage to, where we really do a deep dive in your business. It's about a 30 to 45 minute call where we understand where you're at now, where you're looking to go, and how to be able to bridge that gap. So there's a link below in which you can schedule that. So appreciate you all so much. Keep being awesome here at the end of the day to be of value to you. Thank you.